If you love shows like Big Little Lies, Why Women Kill, How to Get Away with Murder, I can tell you Grosse Pointe Garden Society is the show for you. I'm talking with stars AnnaSophia, Robb, Ben Rappaport. So, AnnaSophia, tell us what this show is all about.
Um, it's about four unlikely friends who join a garden society in Grosse Pointe, Michigan. And they, of course, have a penchant for gardening, but what really brings them all together is this shared dark secret. And so our show jumps forward and backward in time, and we're constantly wondering how did they get to this point of burying a body together?
And these four cast members obviously are you two, but also Aja Naomi King, Melissa Fumero. Ben, this rapport between all four of you is so much fun on screen. What was it like building that and translating it onto screen?
It's something that was so organic to when we first met each other. We had this dinner when we first arrived in Atlanta at the hotel we were all staying at during the pilot, and Anna Sophia was just telling a story earlier. Like we all sat down, looked at each other, and took this collective like deep breath, like. Oh, we feel like we've known each other forever. And I first met Anna Sophia at our chemistry read at 30 Rock in New York City. And it was this whole funny thing where there was like a torrential downpour and I like cut my thumb open on my umbrella. And it's like, hi, nice to meet you. I'm bleeding all over my hand. And Anna Sophia's like, I think I have a band-aid. So it was just, it was just one of these kind of silly things. But like all along the way, that energy has carried throughout. And so we just, as we go along, we get to know each other better. We play off of each other all very beautifully. And it couldn't be more fun to be a part
It
of.
seems like so much fun. You can see it on the screen. And AnnaSophia, I mean, this show is so much fun where, like you said, it's flash forward, it's foreshadowing, it's showing what we want to know, but then it's obviously going back to present day. What about that excites you as being part of that cast where you're telling the story, but then you're kind of keeping things from audiences till they get to finally learn things toward the end of the season?
Well, it feels like a very authentic journey because we didn't find out until recently about the body. We didn't know which character was in the ground. So from the time I read the pilot to even now, we're waiting to get, I think, episode 12. It's been this really fun experience of learning about the characters, learning about their journey, their story, and what happens, and building the mystery and seeing how it's all woven together. And our showrunners, Jenna Bans and Bill Krebs, they're just so brilliant and so much fun. And the tone of the show, the fun and the trust that we all have comes from the top. It comes from the two of them, and we all trust them so much and they trust us, and then we end up trusting each other that it feels like we can just really play, and that creates this sense of levity and fun, even though there's a lot of darkness to the show.
And your two characters have this really just eclectic chemistry that will they, won't they? We don't know where they're going to go in their relationship, whether it be romantic or not, but it's so much fun to see on screen. Ben, what was that like working with AnnaSophia and that for you?
Yeah, it's Anna Sophia and I, we get along. We got along right off the bat at that, ridiculous chemistry test where I cut my thumb wide open. So it always kind of comes down to that, this organic, like two people who enjoy being around each other. And I think, and I respect Anna Sophia so much as an actor, that it's just truly a joy to play these scenes with her. And that's how I feel about our whole cast. Like we have really accomplished incredible craftsmen and women who are just at the top of their game, and and I think that we all kind of come at it from different points of view and different backgrounds, so we're all kind of always learning from each other as well. But yeah, and I think that like that kind of chemistry between us and the whole ensemble, like you can't fake that stuff. Like it comes from a very real place and people who really enjoy each other's company, and I think that that's going to bleed through to the characters and on screen. I think people are going to connect to that.
You really are. It's exciting. It's thrilling. I can't wait to watch each new episode on Sunday nights. For now, watch Grosse Pointe Garden Society starting Sunday on NBC, streaming the next day on Peacock. Thank you both so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks.
you.